from saying thing. Um, let's see. Hi, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Change Starts With Us, Ohio. Tonight, we're with Ahmad, who spent 22 years on Ohio death row, who got half exonerated before they deported him back to Jordan. Kind of ruthless, as our government is. Welcome, Ahmad.
Welcome. How are you?
Great. I know a little bit about your situation by talking to you. You were released, what, about a year ago?
About a little bit over a year, yeah.
Okay, and then they were kind of ruthless. They didn't waste no time to send you back to Jordan.
No, they didn't. I never got released, really. I was arrested by ICE immediately. They had a warrant for me. And they held me in ICE detention for like about 3 months.
Okay.
Until they deported me.
Right. Why don't you give a little bit of a background on who you are and maybe a brief summary on what landed you in prison?
Well, I was born, in Kuwait in 1969 and was raised with my family, it was good situations, we didn't have a lot of troubles. And we moved back to Jordan when I was about 6 years old for a work situation with my father. So we stayed in Jordan for the rest of the time until I finished my college and decided to go to the United States to further my education. And when I arrived there, about a few months later, my father passed away.
Right.
And I couldn't come back because I wasn't legal yet over there. So that was a little bit hard time right there. One of them difficult times that I went through. So I, instead of, because my father was my financier, he had to pay for college and stuff. So I
right.
thought that I can go to college. So I was accepted in Philly University in Ohio, so, but I never registered because I never had the time or the money to do it. So I decided to work.
You were in the process to becoming American citizen, were you not?
Yeah, that's true. So that's what I was about to say. I got married over there to a U.S. citizen, and I applied for it. I got my green card, and I was in the process to become a citizen. I filled out my application, and I was about to get my exams until I got arrested for this false charges,
Right. If anybody's watching, if you could say hi so we know roughly how many people there is. But, okay, there's 4 people watching. If you want to say hi, feel free to. And if you have any questions for Ahmad, he'll freely ask it. He also will mention his email on here, and I'll post it under the video when I do the video tomorrow from YouTube.
Hello, everybody.
Ahmad said hello. He speaks great English, doesn't he? I was saying to myself earlier, I said, boy, I have such a hard time understanding people from the Middle East. Boy, I tell you, he's totally different. He kind of surprised me. So you spent 22 years on death row. Were you guilty of your crime?
No, sir. I was falsely accused, and I told him that from the beginning. But because at the beginning I wasn't, my English wasn't like that. So let's put it this way: I couldn't understand the justice system. I couldn't understand my lawyers. I couldn't explain to them the right ways, and I couldn't understand what they tried to tell me about the charges and things like that. So everything was like a shock to me. I can't believe that it's happening to me, and I couldn't do anything about it because I didn't have nobody over there. All my people was back here, at the time. Nobody was with me in the United States. So I was alone in the United States.
Do you feel like you were discriminated against somewhat because of your English?
Kind of, because of I'm from the Middle East, and
right.
and at the time of my trial, there was a lot of things going on with terrorist activities and stuff like that. So they might associate the Muslim with things like that. So I felt that I was discriminated against.
And I'm sure you were. We are a country of discrimination, and it's kind of sad. We're the freest of all countries, but the behavior of society in general, and then we're teaching our kids to hate because of what we believe.
Yeah.
You know, I was raised totally different. Is you respect people no matter what religion they are, where they live. You know, and being locked up, I learned to appreciate people from all different countries.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's why I was raised. How I raised, you know, I was raised over here, you know, and I did experience discrimination when I was out in the United States. When I was working, when I was, you know, I lived in some areas that mostly white, like Somerset, Kentucky, something like that. So it was a little difficult on sometimes, you know, some aspect of my life over the United States.
Okay, it's you know, so how close were you actually to execution?
I actually got a date before, but it was postponed, or it was to my father appeal. So at the end, I didn't have, but the Sixth Circuit and the United States Supreme Court left, you know, the Sixth Circuit, if they deny my petition, you know, the United States don't have to take it. So it will be like a few months after that I get a date. So I was too close, you know, to getting a date and get executed.
Well, you know, it's a blessing you weren't. You know, you're an innocent man. How did you actually get off of death row and out of prison? I know Abe Bozowitz helped you out.
Abe didn't get until after that, but before I went to Ohio University, studied paralegal. I got my certificate for paralegal, and I applied. Me and my lawyer was fighting real good, you know. And I had one lawyer from Columbus, Ohio, which her name, I forgot her name right now. It's been a while. But she's pretty good at writing. So me and her, I helped her a lot, you know, filing papers and stuff. So it was the knowledge that I gained from studying the cases. So I used the right cases to affect my issues, which is a hearsay issue. I was convicted of a hearsay issue. That's it. That's all they got is somebody saying that somebody told them something. So all just hearsay.
Yeah, Shiloh is asking, did you have an organization like the Ohio Innocence Project that was involved helping you?
No, not really, because I tried. I contacted them down in Cincinnati, but they refused to take the case because it didn't involve no DNA evidence. They said it would be a little bit difficult to prove because there is no DNA, there is no 100% guaranteed evidence. So they didn't. I really applied twice, not once. Once when I first got there, when I first got on the death row. Then again, like about a few years back, and I still got the paper right now showing that they didn't take it. They didn't say that I was guilty, but they're saying that they cannot prove 100% that I'm innocent. You know, so they didn't take because of that reason. But I had to fight for myself, really, me and my lawyer. That's about it. Because I really tried to contact a lot of organizations and a lot of people and didn't get no answer. That case was a little bit different, you know. It was involved DNA evidence. It would have been taken a long time ago. But because of just shaky evidence, it's a little bit difficult to prove that you're innocent.
Wow.
So, yeah. I had to fight hard, you know, for that.
The sad thing is when there's DNA not involved, it is so tough. You know, I don't even see how they could convict so many of you without DNA. All they do is say, "I've seen that guy kill that person." Then they point at him, and that person gets convicted in Ohio.
Well, not just that person. They didn't say the evidence was about a person telling other person that they saw something or something. So the person that really was involved, and they saying that I had something to do with it, is the person that he didn't come to testify at all. He refused to testify because he was still on the stand on lie if he wanted to do that. So they had to use his friend that heard from him. So that's what makes it a hearsay, really hearsay,
Right. How did you get? Yeah. Now you say you're like halfway exonerated, correct?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was accepted by the organization, and they put my name on there. I will give you the link to the page, which is they threaten you with a new trial and asking for the death penalty again if you don't take this deal, which is lesser charges to the situation.
So you were threatened. You were threatened.
My life,
for telling the truth, basically.
Yeah. They will say either you do that or we're gonna seek the death penalty again. We're gonna give you the death penalty again. So at this time, I was like, I'm doing 22 years, and it's gonna be a little bit harder to just put my faith in the justice system again.
Yeah, well, I have no faith in the system, really.
Yeah, so that's what makes it a little difficult, and I had to accept and say I'm guilty of manslaughter just to not get back on death row, or not to get life without parole or something like that. So it was a tough decision, and I have to accept it. So that's why they say partially exonerated, because I was forced to accept the deal, so I don't have to get back to death row or something like that. So that's why they say it's partially exonerated.
Okay, is one of your dreams is to come back to the United States or not?
Yeah, it is, because I lived, there for most of my life, So it is, and now that I cannot go back for at least 10 years, because they're saying I did something I didn't do. So I would love to get exonerated completely. But it's a little bit difficult to do it while I'm here. So,
right. Well, our hopes is that somebody takes notice of your situation and many other ones that we're working in, so that you guys can be treated fair, and there's and you guys could stop getting discriminated against. Our country they discriminate against so much. Middle East, because of fear, because people read a lot or hear stuff on the news. And I was that same way for a while. I was paranoid because of what people were telling us.
It's the truth,
yeah. And it really wasn't the truth. Somebody, I don't know who that was. Charlotte, check in the executive board chat to see who's on there, if you don't mind. We have Appalachian Pagan Ministries here. Hello. I think that's the chair of our death penalty committee. I think I'm getting old. Everybody that's involved in our organization are great. They're giving of their time. No one gets paid.
That's good.
And I even told him today. I said, you're going to be one of our advisors when it comes to the death penalty. And you could work with Donna maybe, and give her some input since you spent so many years in there.
Yeah. I'm here for anybody and anything that you need. You got my contact info, and
right.
I'll be more than happy to help.
Great. It's exciting with some of the positive things that I think is going to take place. What's your next step now? What are you working on now regarding your case? Anything or a standstill?
Right now, I really can't do anything. Like I said, it's just hard to do anything from here. You have to be in the United States to be able to file anything, So you need somebody that professional that can do something like that. So I was trying, my best to get in contact with anybody that that can help. But and because it's a little bit difficult in here. There's no opportunities in this country to do anything.
True.
So I've been here like for over a year now, and I still didn't can find a job. I still can do anything. Financially, it's a little bit hard.
Yeah. Tell us about your Tell us about your GoFundMe thing, which I support 100%.
Yeah, I met Abraham, Mr. Abraham, and Banovich, and he's a very nice guy. He actually contacted me. I didn't even know him until I got here. He contacted me via Messenger for Facebook, and he wanted to talk to me. So I talked to him, and he said, I heard about you from a friend of mine, and your story really intrigued me. So since the United States government did not help you at all, and they deported you, and they did that to you, I'm trying to help you, try to at least give you monetary, help to be able to start your life with, because coming out at this age and the skills that I don't have skills of being locked up for that long. The whole world's changed, and technology had taken over. So it's gonna be a little difficult for me to try to make it.
Right. Well, I'd like to You were talking about getting a job with Uber, because you have Uber out there in Jordan too.
He set up a page for me, GoFundMe page, and I will send you the link to go ahead and put it up there for people to see if they are interested in helping.
Yeah. He's trying to raise money for our folks.
Energy will see or hear the story about what we're trying to do. It would be to be able to be your own boss, because it's a little bit hard in here, and so you have to do something for yourself. You cannot depend on a place to work in. So I decided, to purchase a car to get connected with Uber, or there's some other companies in here, Jordanian companies, that they do the same thing as Uber does.
Do you guys have a McDonald's out there?
Yeah, we have a lot. McDonald's, KFC.
Oh, okay.
Everything is here. The pie, all that.
Okay.
A little different taste, but it's here.
Right. It's still not the same as America, where we're supposed to be the country of the free and give people the opportunity that other countries don't have. And we're supposed to have a great criminal system, which our system is set up to fail for failure.
That's true.
It's really sad.
And that's why I decided to, since I got here, to speak up, and with the help of Abraham, he opened up the platform for me, and he was doing a Zoom meeting, and there's a lot of people who was watching, and for me to speak, tell my story,
awesome,
and speak about the death penalty and about the justice system, the failure of the justice system. Because really, the justice system don't just hurt you by yourself; they hurt your family too. I lost my mother, like I said, and it was difficult for me not to be here, at the time, through my incarceration, and she was fighting for me all this time. So they lost a lot. So they were incarcerated with me, really, and. So that's what I'm trying to say about the justice system. It's not fair. If it's not, the justice system is not fair, it will hurt a lot of people, not just the person that you're locking up.
Right.
You're hurting the whole family. The whole family will get affected by this situation.
All the years you spent on death row, what do you think, regarding the people that's on death row with you? I know there's 4 or 5 people I know that claimed innocence. I believe 3 of them are. How do you believe more people claim to be innocent that are, or do you think most claim guilt because they are?
That could be, but not that many people. Because I've met that guy say that I did it. Or some people that say I did it by mistake, or some people that say it happened. There's some people that told me they did. There's some people that say that they didn't have nothing to do with it, or they've been just framed, and there's a few of them, not more than 4, that say that they didn't do the crime that they were accused of. So I cannot tell them, I cannot say that you are not, because I was in that situation saying the same thing and nobody listening to me. So that's what makes me believe, some of the people that they say they are, that they are. So there is people on death row that are innocent.
Right. Share. Why don't you share a little bit more regarding your trial, why you're not guilty, so that people can kind of get an understanding of that as well. We have a few more minutes.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the evidence, they didn't have no evidence on me. They were depending on the person that was involved, that they come and testified against me. So at the end, he decided not to, because he didn't want to take the stand alive, because the judge ordered him to testify and he refused. Because he don't want to tell no lies. So I know that issue was a very good issue, because I cannot prove that they tell a lie exactly 100%. So I told them, so I was raising the issue over hearsay, that to attack the structure of the trial. The trial was unfair for them, by them using that hearsay evidence. So from the beginning, I raised that issue in a level of the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio has denied me through all the steps. And
what county was it? What county?
It was Hamilton County.
Okay.
Hamilton County system. And the Ohio Supreme Court, same thing. They denied me. So I went to the federal court. I told my lawyers from the beginning that I didn't have faith in the state of Ohio at all. So I know I'm going to be denied my appeals through this stage. But I'm depending on the federal court to take my issues and accept it. And that's what happened. The district court at the beginning, they were going to give me a good trial, but they changed the judge, and the other judge was more of a Republican, so he denied my petition, and then I took it to the Sixth Circuit in Cincinnati, which is above the district court. And they really, all three judges ruled in my favor. The decision was 3-0. And one of the judges got mad, and he was really getting on the case of the state of Ohio on my behalf for what they did to me, and. He really was mad. You can tell from his opinion. And he said he gave the state of Ohio 180 days either to release me or to retry me again with a fair trial. So that's what happened, and they finally issued their decision in 2018. But the state of Ohio, even after that, they refused. They wanted to appeal that decision to the Supreme Court. So that's what took them another 6-7 months staying on death row, just for the state of Ohio to make sure that they exhausted all their appeals. So the United States Supreme Court refused to hear the case at all. They said there's nothing wrong with the decision that the Sixth Circuit issued. So that's why, that's how I got, released. So they took me down to Hamilton County, and that's when they started negotiating with me about the deal. Either that, or we're gonna have to take you to a new trial and give you the death penalty again, or ask for a life without parole, or something like that.
It's
so that's what happened.
Right, talking to some of the guys on death row, because we're so close to getting the death sentence overturned in the state of Ohio. I was talking to a few of my friends there, and they said they'd rather be executed than have life without parole. And I told them, I said, don't give up hope, because once the death penalty is abolished, we can fight the life without parole. And that is a very important thing. One of our board members, our husband is in that has life without parole, and he's totally innocent of his crime. So, we got to do away with life without parole. We got to give these guys some hope, even if they're guilty. Let's give them hope so they could program themselves, get out and become, productive citizens, no matter where they live.
That's true. that's what I said about that to the guys too. Over there on death row, because most of them were saying the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Regarding the situation, is why would I want to go live the rest of my life in prison? I keep saying you never know what could happen. Tomorrow there could be no death penalty, or after that it could be no life without parole. So you never know. And finally, I told him, look, see what happened? Just have faith, and if you're really innocent, something will happen.
Right. Why don't you say your email on you so it would be also on the video if you can?
Okay, my email address is ahmadisa74 at yahoo.com, which is AHMAD ISSA 74 at yahoo.com.
Okay, and what about your GoFundMe information?
GoFundMe information, I didn't have it handy right now, but let me get it real quick. It's available in there. It's a long link, so it has to be written down. But let me.
Well, I tell you what, tomorrow I can post it under the video.
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Looks like we got 17 watching.
That's good. Welcome everybody to the broadcast.
Yep, all the way from Jordan. Hey, how close do you live to the Jordan River? How close do you live to the Jordan River?
That's a little bit far from there.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of it. That's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's a little bit old, but it's to remind you for back in the days, back in biblical days.
Right.
So that's what makes it beautiful,
Yep, a lot of history out where you live. But
yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm kind of excited to be able to network with you and see if we can find help for not just you, but many of our people that we're working with. And, I think you deserve to come back to the United States, and you should have been exonerated 100%.
Appreciate that, and I really do, and I hope, and I have faith that might happen, one day.
Well, I think, you can't lose faith, because this is, your dream. You came to the United States for a reason.
Yeah.
And nobody should take your dream away, especially when you lived here most of your life.
That's true. When you get adjusted to a living situation, and you have to come back to a lower level of that situation, because it's not, a country. It's not like the United States, little way, back, still behind, and the people that you don't even know after you left, so. It's a little bit hard to get back now to a place where you don't know nobody. So you have to start getting to know people, even even your relatives. You don't know them, most of them. So
right.
It's hard to look. Your next nieces, your nieces, your nephews. They all grown up, married, with kids, and you don't even know them. So
right.
It's a little bit hard, but we try to make the best of it.
Okay, thank you, Shalom. Sometime in the near future, I want to do another video with you. Maybe I'll get one of the other board members to do it. And I'm gonna send them your Facebook page if it's okay, so they can request you.
Yeah, that's cool. Anybody that is trying to get a contact,
and his name is exactly what it says on this YouTube. It was the hardest name for me to spell. A man with one short name and a long middle name.
Oh, Al-Terawi Ahman. Terawi Ahman.
Yeah. What did they call you in the joint?
In
Yeah. What
They
did?
call me Mike.
Okay. You try to get away with telling. Okay, you didn't tell me that. That's easier now.
My nickname was Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't use it no more.
Well, you can with me though.
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, Ahmad is actually easy.
Ahmad is not bad. Yeah. It's not bad.
I had a lot of Muslim friends when I was locked up. A lot of them were black Muslims, but some of the names were hard to pronounce.
Yeah, that's a little bit hard because it's an Arabic name, so
there's
some letters in the Arabic alphabets that is too hard to pronounce for English speaking.
Well, this was a joy to be able to talk with you today and share your story. There's much more that you have to share. I can just tell. You don't spend 22 years in prison and not have a long story to tell.
That's true. That's all I'm trying right now, writing my book. And so maybe next time I promote it with you, or maybe
awesome.
That's what I started doing it about a week ago. Awesome. I'm still, getting it together.
Yeah, I've been working on mine over a year, and I got one page finally done.
I hope I can get it done before that.
Yeah. Folks, please join our YouTube channel here. As you Googled it or looked it up, it's Change Starts With Us. Change Starts With Us Ohio. Please check out our website, www.changestartswithusohio.org, and also join our pages and our groups on Facebook, Voices of Reform and Change Starts With Us Ohio. Please join them, and you will be informed. My friend Ahmad can post on those pages as well. We're going to post his GoFundMe page. He's trying to raise money for a car so he can get a job. He said the money out there is 75 cents to our dollar around. Yeah, so, but cars are still quite expensive. I know, we all thought in some countries they were real cheap, but that's not the case. He kind of gave me a quick education of Jordan beforehand, and he needs to get a car so he could drive for Uber and go to McDonald's and pick up food. Are you going to do the food one, or are you going to do the taxi one?
The taxi one was the easy one, but because I know some areas and stuff like that, so
yeah,
might be that'd be possible too, food situation.
Right. Well,
they do that too.
Everybody, thank you for joining us tonight, and we will talk to you again soon, Ahmad. And
I appreciate that.
Okay, make sure you post on our pages. You got that permission, okay, brother?
Yeah, I will. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody listening, and I hope that you find it in your heart to do something. If not, share the post with as many people as you can.
Right.
And thank you to everybody over there that working at the channel on the organization, and appreciate you all. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you taking this time and helping us out, okay, brother? Okay?
Okay, brother.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Okay, I'm off there now. Great job. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I don't know why, but I can't get this off. Okay.